And the dining room.
Oh, boy.
See how the room was designed to catch the early morning light?
I'll say.
French doors, lovely garden, flowering crabs. Do you like gardening?
I used to.
Imagine having a long, leisurely breakfast in here.
As opposed to instant coffee on Eastern Airlines.
Exactly. You know, this room was designed after my own heart. I grew up in a dining room like this, same sort of furniture, everything.
Me too.
Well, then here we are. Welcome home.
What are they asking again?
Oh, make an offer. I think they'll come down.
Well, the trouble is we'll never use this room.
Oh, now.
We won't. The last 2 houses we've lived in, my wife used the dining room table to sort the laundry.
Oh, dear.
Maybe you'd better show me something more contemporary.
That means something farther out. How long do we have to find you a home?
1 day.
And how long will the corporation keep you here once you've found it?
Well, 6 months to a year.
That definitely means something farther out. Well, you can see the kitchen as we leave.
You shouldn't have shown me this first.
I thought it was something to go by.
Well, you've spoiled everything else.
Nonsense. We'll find your home if we have all day. But wasn't it a lovely room?
Let's go or I'll buy it.
The dining room.
Yeah.
Notice how we gravitate right to this room.
I know it.
Are you sure Mother doesn't want this stuff in Florida?
She hardly has room for what she's got now, and she wants us to take turns without fighting.
But we'll just have to draw lots then.
Unless one of us wants something and one of us doesn't.
We have to do it today.
You think that's enough time to divide a whole house?
I have to get back, Sal. We'll draw lots and then go through the rooms taking turns. Here, we'll use this saucepan. You get the spoon, you get the dining room.
You mean you want to start here?
You've got to start somewhere.
You mean you want the dining room?
Yeah.
Well, what happened to the stuff you had?
Jane took it. It was part of the settlement.
If you win, where will you put it?
That's my problem, Sal.
I thought you had a tiny apartment.
I'll find a place.
Your children won't want it.
Probably not.
Then what on earth do you
Come
want?
on, Sal, choose. You don't want it.
Of course I want it.
I mean, you already have a perfectly good dining room.
Not as good as this one.
You mean you want 2 dining rooms?
I'd give our old stuff to Debbie.
To Debbie?
She's our oldest
Does
child.
Debbie want a dining room?
She might.
In a condominium?
She might.
In Denver?
She just might, Arthur.
I don't want to fight. Which I am.
Are you planning to put it in storage?
I might.
I checked on that. That costs an arm and a leg.
So does shipping it to Denver.
Good morning, Annie.
I know what will happen if you win.
What?
You'll end up selling it.
Selling it?
It will kick around for a while and you'll end up calling a furniture dealer.
I am absolutely amazed you'd say that.
I don't want to fight, Arthur.
Neither do I. Maybe we should defer the dining room.
Maybe we should.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Annie.
Selling it? Is that what you told Mother I'd do?
I told her that you could have the piano if I could have the dining room.
I'll be lucky if I keep this spoon.
I'll let you have the piano and the coffee table if I can have the dining room.
Annie,
Yes, sir.
did I find a seed in my orange juice yesterday morning?
I strained it, sir.
I'm sure you did, Annie. But nonetheless, I think I may have detected a small seed.
I'll strain it twice, sir.
Seeds can wreak havoc with the digestion, Annie.
Yes, sir.
They can take root and grow.
I'm sorry, sir.
Daddy?
Oh, yes. Good morning, Lizzie Boo.
Daddy, can Charlie and me come in?
Charlie and I.
Charlie and I come in and sit with you while you have breakfast?
You certainly may, Lizziekins. I'd be delighted to have the pleasure of your company, provided that you... I said provided that you sit quietly, do not lean back in the chairs, and don't fight or argue.
He says we can.
I said you may, sweetheart.
Good morning, Daddy.
Morning, Dad.
Here's your cream, sir.
Oh, thank you, Annie.
You're welcome.
Dad, when do we get to have fresh cream on our shredded wheat?
When you grow up, that's when.
I'll tell you one thing. If there's a war on, no one will get cream. If there's a war, we'll all have to settle for top of the bottle.
Mother said that she was thinking about letting us sit in here with you almost every night.
Yes, your mother and I have both been thinking about that, and we're looking forward to it. As soon as you children learn to sit up straight. Then I see no reason why we shouldn't all have a pleasant meal together every evening.
Could we try tonight, Dad? Could you give us a test?
No, not tonight, Charlie, because tonight we are giving a small dinner party. But I hope you and Liz do come down and shake hands.
But I get so shy, Dad.
Well, you'll just have to learn, sweetie pie. Half of life is learning to meet people.
What's the other half, Dad?
Was that a crack?
No, Dad.
That was a crack, wasn't it? That sounded very much like a smart guy wisecrack to me. And people who make cracks in dining rooms don't normally eat there.
I didn't mean it as a crack, Dad.
We'll ignore it then. We'll go on with our breakfast.
Your car's here, Miss Lizzie, for school.
Okay.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, Annie. Bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye, sweetie pie. Say good morning to the driver. Sit quietly in the car. Work hard now. Run, run. Bye-bye.
Dad, can I read the funnies?
Certainly. Certainly you may. This might not mean much to you, but the government is systematically ruining this country.
Oh, Miss Kelly told us about the government.
Oh, and who is Miss Kelly, pray tell?
She's my teacher.
I never heard of any Miss Kelly.
She's new, Dad.
I see, and what has she been telling you?
She said there's a oppression going on.
I see.
And people all over the country are standing in line for bread.
I see.
So the government has to step in and do something about it.
Annie?
Yes, sir.
I'd very much like some more coffee, please.
Yes, sir.
You tell Miss Kelly she is wrong.
Why?
I'll tell you exactly why. If the government keeps on handing out money, then no one will want to work. And if no one wants to work, then no one will want to support such things as private schools. And if no one is around to support private schools, then Miss Kelly will have to stand in the bread lines along with everyone else. You tell Miss Kelly that, if you please. Thank you, Annie.
Dad, could we leave a little earlier today?
We'll leave when we always leave.
But I'm always late, Dad.
Nonsense.
I am, Dad. Yesterday I walked into assembly while they were still singing the hymn.
A minute or two late.
Everyone looked at me, Dad.
You tell everyone to concentrate on that hymn.
I can't, Dad.
It's that new stoplight at Richmond Avenue. It affects our timing.
It's not just the new stoplight, Dad. Sometimes I come in and they're already doing arithmetic. Miss Kelly says I should learn to be punctual.
Miss Kelly again, eh?
She said if everyone is late, nobody would learn any mathematics.
Now, you listen to me, Charlie. Miss Kelly may be an excellent teacher. Her geography beyond question. Her factory may be flawless. But Miss Kelly does not teach us politics. Nor does she teach us to run our lives. She is not going to tell you or me to leave in the middle of a pleasant breakfast to get caught in the bulk of morning traffic so you can arrive in time for a silly hymn. Now, long after you have forgotten that hymn, long after you have forgotten how to factor, long after you have forgotten Miss Kelly, you will remember these pleasant breakfasts around this dining room table. And here's your lovely mother to prove it.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning.
Good morning, Charlie.
I know people who leap to their feet when a beautiful woman enters the room.
That's all right, dear.
I also know people who rush to push in their mother's chair.
Thank you, dear.
And finally, I know people who are quick to give their mother the second section of the morning newspaper.
Your mom.
Thank you, dear.
Now, Charlie, take a moment, if you would, and look at your lovely mother, bathed in the morning sunlight and reflected on the dining room table.
Oh, Russell.
Now look, Charlie, and tell us which is worth our ultimate attention. Your mother or Miss Kelly?
Who is Miss Kelly?
Never mind, dear. Which Charlie?
My mother?
Good, Charlie. Now I think you and I should go upstairs before we say goodbye and be on our way.
Good morning, Annie.
Good morning, ma'am.
Tell Irma I'll have poached eggs this morning, please, Annie.
Yes, ma'am.
Oops. I thought you'd gone.
I forgot my briefcase. What's going on?
I have to get this term paper done.
In here?
Where else?
You're going to type.
Of course I'm going to type.
In here at that table.
Why not?
You're going to sit there, banging a typewriter on my family's dining room table.
Why not?
Because it wasn't designed for it. That's why.
Howard.
Lucky I came back. Next thing you know, you'll be feeding the dog off our lobe-stuffed china.
I've got pads under it. I checked. And I'll get something else if you want.
You're not going to use those placemats.
I thought I would, yes.
Those are good placemats.
We haven't used them in 10 years.
Those are extremely good placemats, Ellie. Mother got those in Italy.
All right. I'll get something else. I'll use these. Mind if we use these? We put pots on them. We could certainly put a typewriter.
Yes, ma'am.
I wonder if anything might have happened to my eggs, Annie.
Irma's cooking 2 more, ma'am.
2 more?
The first one's slid off the plate while she was buttering the toast.
Is she drinking again, Annie?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Now tell me the truth.
I don't think so, ma'am.
I'd better go see. A simple question of 2 poached eggs. Honestly, Annie, sometimes I think it better if we do things ourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you have a plane to catch or something? It's kind of hard working with your husband hovering over you like some helicopter.
Well, it's kind of hard to leave when your wife is systematically mutilating the dining room table.
I'll be careful, Howard, I swear. Now, goodbye.
Couldn't you please work somewhere else?
I'd like to know where, please.
What's wrong with the kitchen table?
It doesn't work. Last time I worked there, the kids got peanut butter all over my footnotes.
I'll set up the bridge table in the living room.
It won't work either. I just have to move every time you and the boys wanted to watch a football game.
You mean you're going to leave all that stuff there?
I thought I would.
All that shit all over the dining room?
It's a term paper, Howard. It's crucial to my degree.
You mean that you are going to commandeer the dining room for the rest of the term?
It just sits here, Howard. It's never used.
Well, what if we want to give a dinner party?
Since when have we given a dinner party?
Well, what if we want to have a few people over, for Christ's sake?
We can eat in the kitchen.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody does these days.
Well, that doesn't make it right.
Howard, just leave me alone so I can get this done and get a good grade in my master's degree and get a good job and get out of here every day.
Fine. What the hell? Why don't I turn it into a tool room every night?
You tell Mildred to wake me up this morning, Mother.
Just let me finish this grocery list.
I mean, it's Saturday, Mother.
There. I know it's Saturday, darling, and I apologize, but something has come up, and I want you to make a little decision.
What decision?
Start your breakfast, dear. No one can think on an empty stomach. Now, guess who telephoned this morning?
Who?
Your Aunt Martha.
Oh, I love her.
Well, so do I, but the poor thing doesn't have enough to do. She was on the telephone at the crack of dawn.
What did she want?
Well, the thing is, she has an extra ticket for the theater tonight and wants you to join
Oh,
her.
sure.
Let me finish. I told her it was your decision, of course, but I thought you had other plans for this evening.
What other plans?
Now think, darling, isn't there something rather special going on in your life this evening?
Oh,
Am I right or am I right?
dancing school.
Shit.
Not dancing school, sweetheart. The first session of the junior assemblies, which are a big step beyond dancing school.
I can't work in here. It's like some tomb.
I told Aunt Martha you'd call her right back so she could drum up someone else.
I thought it was my decision.
Well, it is, sweetheart, of course.
Then I'd like to see you play with Aunt Martha.
Carolyn, aren't you being a little impulsive this morning? You don't even know what the play is.
What is it then?
Well, it happens to be a very talky play called St. Joan.
Oh, we read that in school. I'd like to go all the more.
It's the Road Company, sweetheart. It doesn't even have Catherine Cornell.
I don't care. I'd still like to go.
To some endless play with your maiden aunt?
She's my favorite person.
Oh, all right then, go, if it's that important to you.
I'll call her right now.
Carolyn, you realize, of course, that on the first junior assembly, everyone gets acquainted.
Really?
Oh, heavens, yes. Why, it gets the whole thing off on the right foot.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes. Why, it's like the first day of school. Once you miss, you never catch up.
Oh, gosh.
So you see why we shouldn't make hasty decisions?
Then maybe I won't go at all.
What do you mean?
Maybe I'll skip all the junior assemblies.
Oh, Carolyn,
I don't like dancing school anyway, Mother.
don't be silly.
I don't. I never liked it. I'm bigger than half the boys, and I never know what to say, and I'm a terrible dancer. Last year I spent half the time in the ladies' room.
Nonsense.
It's true, Mother. I hate it. Now, I don't know why I have to go at all. I bet St. Joan wouldn't go to dancing school in a million years.
Yes, and look at what happened to St. Joan.
I don't care. I've made up my mind.
Your Aunt Martha seems to have caused a little trouble around here this morning.
Maybe.
Your Aunt Martha seems to have opened a whole can of worms.
Well, I'm glad she did.
All right. And what do you propose to do on other Saturday evenings when there's no Aunt Martha and there's no St. Joan and all your little friends are having the time of their life at junior assemblies?
I'll do something.
Such as what? Hanging around here listening to that stupid hit parade, bothering the maids when we're planning to have a party?
I'll do something, Mother.
Well, you obviously aren't old enough to make an intelligent decision.
I knew you wouldn't let me decide.
All right, then, decide.
I want-
But let me tell you a very short story before you do about your dear Aunt Martha, who also made a little decision when she was your age. She decided, if you breathe a word of this, I'll strangle you. She decided she was in love with her riding master. So she threw everything up and ran off with him to Taos, New Mexico, where your father had to track her down and drag her back. But it was too late, Carolyn. She had been overstimulated. From then on in, she refused to join the workday world. Now, there it is, in a nutshell. Think about it while I order the groceries and decide.
I've decided, Mother.
Good. I hope you've come to your senses.
I've decided to talk to Aunt Martha.
Carolyn, you have a dental appointment and they're riding lessons. Oh, we'll skip the riding lesson.
Boo!
Michael, you almost scared me out of my skin.
I wanted to.
I thought you was sick this morning.
I was. I am.
So sick you couldn't go to school.
I am, Aggie. I upchucked twice.
Then you get straight back to bed.
How come you didn't come up and do my room yet?
Because I thought you were sleeping.
I was just lying there, Egg, waiting.
Well, I've got a lot more to do now since I left. I've got the upstairs lavatories and all the beds and the silver besides.
My mother says you want to leave us.
When did she say that?
Last Thursday, on your day off when she was cooking dinner, she says, now that there's a war on, you're looking for a job with more money. Is that true, Aggie?
Maybe.
Well, money isn't everything, eh?
Listen to
Well,
him.
it isn't. You could be rich as a king and still be miserable. Look at my Uncle Paul. He's rich as Croesus, and he's drinking himself into oblivion.
What do you know about that?
I know a lot. I eat dinner in the dining room every night, and I listen. I know my Uncle Paul is drinking himself into oblivion, and Mrs. Williams has a tipped uterus.
You here now. That's
Well, it's true, Aggie. So it just goes to prove money isn't everything, so you don't have to leave us.
It's not just the money, darling.
What is it, Aggie? Don't you like us anymore?
Michael.
Don't you like our family?
Mikey.
Are you still mad at me for peeking at you in the bathtub?
That's enough now.
Then why do you just want to leave us?
Because I don't want to do domestic service no more.
Why?
Because I don't like it no more, Mike.
Is it because I left and you have too much to do?
No, darling.
Oh, I'll help you, Aggie. I promise I'll clean up my room and I'll pick up my towel and I'll try to be more careful when I pee. I'm serious, Aggie.
I know, darling.
I'm really serious. When will you be going then?
As soon as your mother finds someone else.
Oh, she can't.
She will, she will.
No, she says she can't. She says they all showed up with dirty fingernails and dyed hair.
22 feet 6 inches.
Fine room.
Big room.
So you gotta stay, and you just can't leave people in the lurch.
Look at these French doors.
I'm looking. I'm also thinking about heat loss.
I'll stay until you go away for the summer.
8 feet 2 inches.
You're gonna get married, aren't you, Meg?
Maybe,
From that guy you told me about from the church.
maybe.
You're gonna have children of your own. You will. You'll have a boy of your
Hold
own.
tight now.
Will you ever come back and see us, eh?
Oh my, yes.
You won't.
I will, sure.
No, you won't. I'll never see you again, ever.
12 feet 4 inches.
Come here, Michael.
No.
Come here and give back a big hug.
No, why should I know?
Just to squeeze for old time's sake.
No, go hug your own kids, Agnes. I got work to do. I got a whole stack of homework. I'm missing a whole day at school.
Michael!
Well, there's your dining room, Doctor.
There it is.
Big room, light room, commodious room.
One of the reasons we bought the house.
And one of the reasons why we should consider breaking it up.
Breaking it up.
Well, now bear with me. What say we turn this into an office for you and a waiting room for your patients?
But I thought we planned to open up those maids' rooms on the 3rd floor.
Hold on, relax. The patient trusts the psychiatrist, doesn't he? Why can't the psychiatrist trust the architect? Now, here's the ground plan of your house, and here's what you're stuck with for the time being, and here, with these approximate dimensions, is your dining room.
I see.
And now just suppose we started with a clean slate. Suppose we open this up here, slam a beam in here, break through here and here, blast out this and throw out that, and what do we have?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, we don't have a dining room anymore. That's what we don't have.
But where would we eat?
Well, right here. See, I'm putting in an eating area. See, there's the fridge, the cooking units, the Cuisinart with butcher block table, chrome chairs. See, look at the space, the flow. Wife cooks, kids set table, you stack dishes. All right here. Democracy at work in your own home. Now, let's review your day. You come down to breakfast. Everyone's eating his or her own thing. Eggs, cornflakes, Pop-Tarts, whatever. You eat, chat, read the paper, say goodbye, and then come in here and go to work. Do you have a nurse or receptionist?
No, I'm just a humble shrink.
Well, you come in here to the reception area, maybe adjust the magazines on a table here, maybe add your newspaper to the pile, and then you go through your soundproof door into your office here. You turn on the stereo console here, maybe select a book from a wall unit here, and then settle behind your desk module here. You read, you listen to music. Soon, buzz, a patient arrives. You put aside your book, you turn off the stereo console and buzz him in through the soundproof doors. He flops on the couch there. Tells you his dream. You look out the window here. He leaves, you write him up, buzz in the next. Soon, it's time for lunch. You go in here and maybe have lunch with the wife or one of the kids, and then maybe stroll back in here for a nap. More buzzes, more patients, and soon it's time for a good, easy, cooperative supper with your family.
But not in the dining room.
No, not in the dining room.
This room has such a resonance.
So does a church. That doesn't mean we have to live in it. Look, I know whereof I speak. I grew up in a room just like this.
Oh, yes?
Oh, sure. This is home turf to me.
Really?
Oh, God, yes. My father sat in a chair just like that. My mother sat there, and sister sat here. I sat right here. Oh, it all comes back.
Do you want to tell me about it?
It was torture, that's all. Those endless meals, waiting to begin, waiting for dessert, waiting to be excused so they couldn't lean on you anymore.
Was it that bad?
Man, it was brutal. I remember one time I came to the table without washing my hands, and my father just...
Go on.
Never mind. The point is, Doctor, it's time to get rid of this room. To tell you frankly, I'm not interested in screwing around with any more maids' rooms. I can do that in my sleep. What I want is the chance to get in here so I can open up your whole ground floor.
I'll have to think about it.
Fine. Take your time. I tell you what, I'll send you my bill for the work I've done so far.
Good. And I'll send you mine.
All right, children, we're ready. This is the dining room, not the monkey house at the zoo. All right, now just one attention and tell Bertha to put the ice cream in the fridge. Ah, that's much better. Now, I want you all to go back into the hall quietly and come in the right way. That's right, go in, turn around, come back in. Come in as if you were your mummies and daddies coming into a lovely dinner party. Let's Winky come first. This is her birthday and she's the hostess. That's right. Now, Winky, you sit at the head of the table. That's it. Billy, you sit next to Winky. It should be girl, boy, girl, boy. That's very good. Now, what do we do with the right, exactly. We unfold them and then we tuck them under our chin. Oh. Then we put on our party hats.
Oh, can the boys wear the hats in the house?
Yes, they may. And on special occasions, rules can change.
Yay!
I said some rules. Some rules can change.
There's my daddy.
Where? Oh. Hi.
Hi. Hi, Billy.
What are you doing here?
I have to pick up Bill.
I thought Judy was picking him up.
She asked me to.
Well, you're early. We haven't even had our cake.
She told me to be early.
I can't get mine to work.
Help her, Brewster. Little boys should help little girls.
Okay.
Where's Frank?
Playing golf. What else?
On Winky's birthday?
Oh, don't get me started, please.
Can we have cake and ice cream now?
In a minute, dear. Be patient. Then you'll have something to look forward to.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
Judy knows everything.
She knows about us, at least.
About us? How?
She says she can tell by the way we behave.
Behaved? Where?
At the Bramwell's dinner party.
Oh, we hardly spoke to each other.
That's how she could tell.
We
She says
What? We haven't done anything. All right. Now the thing is, the cook's very busy because we also have a dinner party tonight. So, who wants to help? Billy, you get the ice cream, and Sandra, you bring out the cake. Careful and go slowly and be polite. Bert is working very hard. Brewster, you and Winky will have other responsibilities.
What?
Well, for instance, Brewster, when Billy and Sandra reappear at the door, what are you going to do?
Ding-a-dong.
Good. Now, you be very quiet and watch that door. And the minute they come through, start singing.
Okay.
So what are we going to do?
she says she's thinking of telling her father about
Her
us.
father?
He'd fire me immediately.
Well, what if he did?
I'd be without a job, Peggy.
Oh, you could get another.
Where? Doing what?
I don't know, but...
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Winky. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
Wait. Now, you always wait here, because before you blow out the candles, you have to make a wish. And Mummy has to make a wish, too. See? Mummy's putting her wedding ring around one of the candles. Now, we both close our eyes and wish.
I wish
Don't tell, dear. You never tell your wish or it won't come true. All right. Blow.
Yay!
Now, Winky, will you cut the cake, please, and give everyone a piece? And, Brewster, you pass here.
Okay.
So, what did you wish for?
I won't tell.
Do you think it will come true?
No.
She'd make it so messy for everyone.
Judy.
She'd make it impossible.
Well, so would Frank.
I thought he didn't care.
He'd care if it were messy.
We could leave town.
Go where?
Wherever I find another job.
Yeah.
I've got an uncle in Syracuse.
Sure. He could live there. Is it nice, Syracuse?
I think it's on some level.
Syracuse.
You'd have Winky, and I'd get Bill in the summer.
Syracuse?
At least we'd be free.
Winky, wipe your mouth, please.
Billy,
What?
would you come here a minute, please? Billy, you have to go to the bathroom.
No.
Then don't do that, please.
Don't do what?
You know what? Now go back and join the party. Sorry.
Look here.
Who didn't?
So just pick up stakes. I mean, this is where I live.
Me too. So we'll just have to behave ourselves.
Ted,
Be good, little children.
I can't stand it.
And if we're seated next to each other, we'll have to make a conscious effort.
We'll never be seated next to each other. Judy will see to that.
For a while, anyway.
For quite a while.
Mommy, everybody's finished.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
And here's your ring.
Oh,
It's from the cake.
good for you, darling. I forgot all about it.
Time to go then.
I planned some games.
I was glad.
Want me to stay? Then I'll stay.
All right, children, into the living room for some games.
Oh, yay! What kind of game?
Oh, all kinds of games, Brewster, blind man's bluff, and the tail.
Oh, yay! Wait for me.
I'll get them started.
Would you, while I propitiate Roberta?
I'll be the
Stop.
I'll be the ass.
Stop or I'll scream.
Mommy! Everybody's waiting.
We're coming, dear.
I'm Nick, Gramp.
And what do you want?
To have lunch with you, Gramp.
You're late.
I went down to the club.
Who said I'd be at the club?
My parents. My parents said you always eat there.
Don't go to the club anymore.
Yes, sir.
Haven't been there lately. Don't like half the people anymore. Rather be right here. It's my own table. Dora takes good care of me. Don't you, Dora?
Yes, sir.
Well, you tracked me down. That shows some enterprise. Bring him some lunch, Dora.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Gramp.
So, you're Nick, eh?
Yes, I am.
You're the one who wants to go to Europe this summer?
Well, no, that's Mary, my cousin.
You're the one who wants the car? Says he can't go to college without a car.
No, that's my brother Tony, Gramp.
What do you want?
I don't really want...
Anybody who sits down with me wants something. Usually it's money. Do you want some money?
Yes, sir.
For what?
My education, Gramp.
Education, eh? That's a good thing. Or can be. Doesn't have to be. Can be a bad thing. Where do you want to be educated?
St. Luke's School in Litchfield, Connecticut.
Never heard of it.
It's an excellent boarding school for boys.
Is it Catholic?
I don't think so, Gramp.
Sounds Catholic to me.
I think it's high Episcopalian.
Then it's expensive.
My parents think it's a first-rate school.
Your parents think, eh?
They've discussed all the boarding schools and decided that this is the best.
Your parents decided.
Yes, sir.
And they decided you should get your grandfather to pay for it.
Yes, sir.
You hear that, Dora? Another one leaving the nest.
Yes, sir.
Taking a piece of the nest egg with him. Why don't you stay home?
Me?
You!
Because I want to broaden myself.
You want to what?
I want to broaden my horizons. My horizons will broaden.
I see.
And I'll meet interesting new friends.
Don't you have any interesting friends right here?
Sure, Gramp.
I do. I have lots of interesting friends right here. Why, I know a man who makes boats in his basement.
But
I know a man who plays golf with his wife.
I'll meet different types from all over the country, Gramp. California, New York.
Why would you want to meet anyone from New York?
They're more sophisticated, Gramp. They'll buff me up.
They'll what?
My parents think I need buffing up.
Do you think he needs buffing up, Dora?
No, sir.
Dora doesn't think you need buffing up. I don't think you need buffing up. You'll have to give us better reasons.
Well, they have advanced Latin there.
I see. And?
And an indoor hockey rink.
And?
Beautiful grounds and surroundings.
Don't we have beautiful grounds and surroundings? Why do we have to go away to have beautiful surroundings?
I don't know, Gramp. All I know is everyone's going away these days.
Everyone's going away. You hear that, Dora? Everyone's going away.
An awful lot of people are going away.
I didn't go away.
I know that, Gramp.
Didn't even go to Country Day. Went to the old PS 36 down on Huron Street.
Yes, Gramp.
Didn't finish school either. Father died. Had to go to work to support my mother.
I know that, Gramp.
Father didn't even go to school. He learned Greek at the plow.
You told us, Gramp.
Yeah, well, I didn't do too badly without a high Episcopal boarding school and an indoor hockey rink.
But you're a self-made man, Gramp.
Is that what I am? A self-made man? And what do you want to be? You want to be self-made? Or do you want someone to make you? What do you got to say to that?
I don't know.
Everyone's going away. Me, I went away twice in my life. Took 2 vacations. First vacation, took a week off to marry your grandmother. Went to Hot Springs, Virginia. Bought this table. Second vacation, Europe, 1928. Again with your grandmother. Hated the place. Knew I would. Miserable meals. Took a trunkload of shredded wheat. Came back when it ran out. Back to this table. They're all leaving us, Dora. Scattering like birds.
Yes, sir.
This one, he wants to go to one of those fancy New England boarding schools. He'll play ice hockey indoors from the crowd from Long Island. He'll come home talking with marbles in his mouth. We won't understand a word he says, Dora.
Yes, sir.
And we won't see much of him, Dora. He'll hang out with that crowd from Long Island and Baltimore. He'll drink in the afternoons. He'll get mixed up with women who wear lipsticks and trousers and whose only thought is the last dance, and he wants me to pay for it. Am I right?
No, Gramp, no, I don't. I don't want to go, really. I never wanted to go. I want to stay home with all of you.
Finish your greens. They're good for your lower intestines. No. Go. You've got to go. I'll send you to St. Whoosie's and Betsy to Miss Whatsy's, and young Andy can have a car and Mary can go to Europe, and that's all fine and dandy. Go on. All of you. Travel. See the world. It's bound to happen. But you know who will be here when you get back. I'll tell you who will be sitting right there in that chair. Some Irishman, some Jewish gentleman is going to be sitting right here at this dining room table saying the same thing to his grandson. Your grandson will be back in the plow. Come to think of it, won't be a bad thing either. Will it, Dora?
Oh, sir.
Well, hurry. Get him his checkbook before he falls asleep.
So, what do you think?
You're in trouble.
Oh, dear. I knew it.
It's becoming unglued.
I know the feeling.
It's coming apart at the seams.
Do you think it's hopeless?
Well, let me check the table.
It shakes very badly. I had a few friends over the other night, and every time we tried to cut the chicken, the water glasses tinkled frantically. The chairs creaked and groaned. It was like having dinner at Pompeii.
I'm checking the joints here.
It's all very sad how we let things run down and fall apart. I used to tell my husband, my ex-husband, we have such lovely old things. We should oil them. We should wax them. We should keep them up. But, of course, I couldn't do everything, and he wouldn't do anything. So now here you are giving us the coup de grace.
Oh, hey, look at this.
What?
Look under here.
Oh, I don't dare.
I'm serious, look.
Well, let me get my glasses. Where? I can't see.
Look here, see the support? See how loose this is?
I can't quite wait.
Come on.
Well, all right.
Look here, see the support?
I see. It wiggles like mad.
Oh, yeah, and look over here. I have to put in a whole new piece over there. This is gone.
I see.
Oh, and, excuse me.
Uh-huh. Sure. What?
This pedestal is loose. It probably needs a new dowel. I'll have to ream it out and put in another.
Do you really think so?
Oh, yeah. In fact, your whole dining room needs to be re-glued, re-screwed, and renewed.
I've never been under a table before.
Oh, yeah?
It's all just wood under here, isn't it?
That's all it is.
I mean, you'd think a dining room table is something special, but it isn't. Underneath, it's just wood. Just a couple of big, wide boards.
That's right.
What's this here?
What's what?
This, well, you'll have to come back under here to see if there's some writing burned into the wood.
Where?
Right here, it says,
Freeman's Furniture, Wilkes-Barre, PA, 1898.
That's the manufacturer's mark.
1898?
That's what it says.
That's not old.
Not if it's made in 1898.
That's not old at all. It's not even antique. It's just American.
There's a lot of these around. They used to crank them out at the end of the 19th century.
Now, aren't I dumb? For years I've been thinking it's terribly valuable.
Well, it is in a sense. It's well made. It's a solid, serviceable copy, based on the English.
I'm amazed. You learn something new every day. You know a lot about furniture, don't you?
I'm beginning to.
Beginning to? I bet your father was a cabinet maker or something.
My father was a banker.
A banker?
And I was a stockbroker until I got into this.
I'm amazed. I really don't believe it.
It's true.
I mean, I know some stockbrokers. Is this the support that's back?
Yeah, that's the one.
What if we put a nail in it right there?
No, not a nail, a screw.
All right, a screw. And another one over here, or at least some household cement.
Well, they have these epoxy glues now.
Let's see, if we cram a matchbook or something in here?
Oh, not a matchbook,
A
but...
wedge, a wooden wedge.
Good idea.
See, I can do it too. So, excuse me. Will you be taking the table away, or can you fix it here?
I can fix it here if you want.
That makes more sense. My husband used to ask for a written estimate, materials and labor.
I'll write one up.
Suppose I help on the labor.
I've never worked that way.
I mean, I should learn. I shouldn't be so helpless.
Sure. Why not?
Besides, it's not an antique, and if I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world, now is it?
Not at all.
So, when can we start?
Today. Now, if you want.
Then we're a partnership, aren't we? We should have a drink to celebrate.
Okay.
Let's have something snappy, like a martini.
No, I gave those up with the stock market. How about a beer?
Fine idea. Good, solid beer, if I've got it. I have a place, Mrs. Driscoll. You have your hands full of that turkey.
To be supplied, come to God's own temple, come. Praise the song of harvest home. Well, you started that out. Let's help Mom up. I think that Nancy's about ready. Come on, sit over here. Mom, are you about ready to go in and
All right, everyone, we're all ready.
Oh, here we go.
Coming?
Watch this step right here.
Oh, yes.
Mother, I want you to sit right next to me, and Fred, you sit next to Mother, and Ben, you sit opposite her where she can see you. And Nancy and Beth, you hold up that end of the table.
That's great.
Thanks, dear.
Driscoll.
I appreciate it.
And there we are.
Oh, there
What's the matter, Mother?
I don't quite know where I am.
You're here, Mother, in your own dining room. This is your table, and these are your chairs. Oh, and here's the china you got on your trip to England, and here's the silver-handled carving knife that Father always used to use. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good. Yes.
But who are these people? I'm not quite sure who these people are.
It's me, Mother, Stuart, your son, and this is Fred and Ben and Nancy and Beth. We're all here, Mother.
I'll get the turkey. It may help her focus.
Oh, and Mrs. Driscoll is here, Mother, right in the kitchen where she's always been. And all your grandchildren are here, remember? They ate at the children's table, and now they're out back playing touch football. You watch them.
Oh, look at this turkey.
Oh, look at that
Oh,
turkey,
so
Mother. Isn't that a beautiful
Oh, it's
bird?
gorgeous.
Put it right over there,
I'm
Nancy.
starved.
And I'm going to carve it just the way Father always used to do. I'm going to give you a piece of the breast and a small dab of dressing. Just as always, Mother.
Just as always.
Let's see. Fred gets the drumstick, and Beth the wishbone, and Ben ends up with the Pope's nose.
Save some for Mrs. Driscoll.
I always do, Nancy. Mrs. Driscoll likes the second joint.
This is all so lovely, but now I think it's time that I go home.
You are home, Mother. You have lived here 52 years. 54.
Forever.
Ben, pass this plate to Mother.
This is all so lovely, but will someone call my carriage, please? I live at 18 Summer Street with my mother and my 2 sisters. What will we do?
It's not there now, Mother. Remember, I took you down there. There's a big office complex there now.
This has all been so wonderful. Thank you for having me to your lovely home.
Mother, I'm Fred, your son.
Isn't that nice? Thank you all so much. It's been absolutely beautiful. You have such a wonderful home. Beautiful family.
Let's sing.
Sing?
Sing. She always used to like singing whenever she got upset. Fred, Ben, quickly over here. Come on, Ben.
Someone find my hat and my gloves. I can't seem to find my hat nor my
What
gloves.
songs? I can't remember any songs.
Sure you can. As has the blackbird in the spring, 'neath the willow tree, sat and piped, I heard him sing, sing of Auralee. Auralee, Auralee, made of golden hair. Sunshine came along with thee, and swallows in the air.
I love music. Every member of my family could play a musical instrument.
Quickly, she's coming around, second verse. In the blackbird rose was born music while you spake. Through thine eyes her eye the morn sparkling seems to break. Auralee, Auralee, made of golden hair. Sunshine came along with thee, and swallows in the air.
That was lovely.
Thank you, Mother.
But now I've simply got to be going. Will someone find my hat, please? And someone find my gloves? And someone call my carriage. I am late. And my mother gets so nervous when I'm late for tea. I have to find my hat and my gloves.
Fred, then we'll have to take her down there and show her everything. The office complex where her house used to be, the Thruway, the Howard Johnson's Hotel, everything, and she'll just see nothing's there at all.
I'll bring her around the car.
I'll get her coat.
I'll come too.
That is scary.
I'll say it is.
Oh, I suddenly feel so precarious.
It could happen to us all.
Oh, I mean, it's just as if we didn't exist at all, as if we were just ghosts or something. Even her own sons, did you notice? She walked right by them.
And guess who walked right by us?
Yeah. You know what I'd like?
What?
A good stiff drink.
I'm with you.
I bet Mrs. Driscoll could use a drink, too.
I bet she could.
Let's go ask her.
Mrs. Driscoll?
Let's.
All right.
Let's go have a drink with Mrs. Driscoll and dig into this turkey and help wash the dishes. And then figure out how to get through the rest of the goddamn day. 4 days a week in a boutique. And my father's away on a business trip in Atlanta or Denver or somewhere. Anyway, come on, I'll show you where they keep the liquor.
My mom's always home when I get home from school.
Bummer.
And then if she's not, my grandmother comes in.
Huh? They keep the liquor in the pantry.
Hey, Nito!
What?
This room!
That's the dining room.
I know, but it's viciously nice.
Which do you want? Gin or vodka?
You decide.
Well, there's a little more gin, so there's less chance they'd notice.
Gin, then.
But the reason there's more gin is I put water in it last week. Tell you what, I'll mix a little of both.
Sarah? What? Do you use this room?
Oh, sure.
Special occasions, huh? When the relatives come to visit?
Every night.
Every night?
Well, every night they're both home.
Really?
Oh, sure. Every night they're both home. My father insists we eat in the dining room. Here, gin and vodka and Fresca. The boys are in hot.
It must be really neat sitting in here almost every night.
Oh, yeah, sure, you bet. We have to lug things out and lug them back. Nobody can start until everything's cold. We're supposed to carry on a decent conversation. And everyone has to finish before anyone can get up. It sucks if you want to know. It sucks a lot. Can you watch TV when you eat?
Well, we used to. We used to watch the local news and weather.
Well, that's something. At least you don't have to talk.
Oh, but we can't anymore. My mom read in Family Circle that watching television was bad for you during meals, so now we have to turn on the stereo and listen to semi-classical music.
My parents said they tried eating in the kitchen when I went to boarding school, but when I got kicked out, they moved back in here. It's supposed to give me a sense of stability.
Well, do you think it works?
Shit, no. It just makes me nervous. They take the telephone off the hook so no one can call. My brother gets all itchy about his homework. But when my sister had anorexia, she still had to sit and watch, for God's sake. My parents get all bitchy most of the meal. Look, it bites, Helen. It really bites. It bites the big one. You want another?
No, thanks.
Well, I do. You call a boy and tell him it's all clear.
Sarah,
What?
when the boys come over, can we have our drinks in here?
In the dining room?
I mean, wouldn't it be really cool sitting around this shiny table with Eddie and Dwayne drinking gin, Fresca, and vodka?
No way. Absolutely no way. In here? I get all uptight in here. Come on, let's call them. Boys in the dining room? Geez, Helen, you really are a whip sometimes.
I'm in here, Gordon. I made tea.
Tea?
Tea.
Why tea?
Because I like it. I love it. Or would you like a drink?
No thanks.
Then have tea. It's very good. It's Earl Grey.
No thanks, Kate.
Gordon, please, have tea.
All right. Tea in the dining room.
And where else? Should we huddle guiltily over the kitchen table?
No.
Then tea in the dining room it is. Now, what would you like? Lemon or milk?
Whatever.
Gordon,
Milk then, no sugar.
milk it is. Now, sit down for heaven's sakes and have tea.
I thought I heard a sound.
Oh, really? And what sound did you hear? A distant lawnmower or a faulty burglar alarm?
I thought I heard a car.
What? A car on this godforsaken street? Should we rush to the windows and cheer and wave flags?
Go easy, Kate.
Well, I doubt very much you heard a car. Now, sit down.
It stopped.
The sound?
The car stopped.
All right, Gordon, you heard a car stop. But it's not Ed's car, now is it? Ed, as you and I well know, is in Amsterdam or Rotterdam or who gives a damn until next Tuesday. Now sit down for heaven's sakes and have tea. So, when can we meet again?
I heard a car door slam.
Really, Gordon? That's because cars have doors, and when people get really frustrated, they feel like slamming them.
Yeah? Well, I'm going.
Huh, I see how it is. A quick tumble with the bored wife of your best friend.
Someone is at the front door.
No.
Yes, someone with a key.
Now you've got to stay.
Mom! Lord help us.
Hello, Mom.
Now you have to have tea.
Mom! We're in the dining room, dear.
Darling! How did you get here?
I took a cab from the bus station.
You look so marvelous. Taller than ever. Say hello to Uncle Gordon.
Hi, Chris. Welcome home.
Hi.
What's this? Is this what they teach you at Deerfield? Not to shake hands, not to call people by name?
Hello, Uncle Gordon.
Hi, Chris.
So, what brings you home so early, my love? I expected you Saturday.
I got honors.
Honors?
You get 2 days early if you get an over 85 average.
Then you should have telephoned.
I wanted to surprise you.
I ought to be going.
Nonsense. Have more tea. Would you like tea, Chris? I was taking a nap and Gordon stopped by. We thought we'd have tea. Have tea, dear, or a Coke. Have a Coke, or how about a beer? Shall I get a beer for a big boy who gets honors?
No thanks.
I'd really better be going.
You won't have more tea?
Sorry, can't.
Oh, all right then. Goodbye.
Goodbye. And goodbye, Chris.
Goodbye.
Hey, wanted to talk to me about some stocks. I have some stocks I inherited, so Gordon stopped
Where's
by.
Dad?
He's in Europe, darling, as I think I wrote you.
Oh, Mom.
And what's that mean, pray tell? Oh, Mom.
We were simply having tea, Christopher. It's a delightful custom. Your grandmother had tea at this very table with this same china every afternoon. All sorts of people would stop by. I'd come home from school and there she'd be serving tea. It's a delightful custom, sweetheart. You should... Christopher, where are you going? I'm your mother. You don't just walk out on me when I'm talking to you.
Would you mind setting up over here, Aunt Harriet? I want to get you in the late afternoon light.
Certainly, Tony. Now, I thought I'd use this Irish linen placemat with matching napkin that my husband, who was, what, your great-uncle, inherited from his sister. Now, these should be washed and ironed by hand every time they're used. And then, of course, there's this silver, which was a wedding gift from your great-grandmother. See the three-pronged forks and the pistol-handled knives? Oh, and look at the spoon with the rat-tailed back. All Williamsburg pattern. Now, these should be polished at least every 2 weeks. And then this is Staffordshire. This is the butter plate. All this is bone. And the goblets and the wine glasses are Rosenthal, but the finger bowls are early Steuben. Now, none of this can go in the dishwasher, of course. It's far too delicate for detergents.
Finger bowls?
Oh, yes, Tony. Our side of the family always use finger bowls between salad and desserts.
Would you show me how they work?
Why, certainly, dear. Oh, the maid would take away the salad plate, and then she would put the finger bowl down in front of us. It would be filled approximately halfway with cool water, and there might be a little rose floating in it, or a sliver of lemon. And then, of course, we have our napkins in our laps like this. And we dip our fingers into the finger bowl gently, gently, and wiggle our fingers and shake them, and then dab them on the napkin, and then dab our lips. Then, of course, the maid would take away the finger bowl. In would come a nice sherbet or chocolate mousse.
Thanks, Aunt Harriet. That was terrific.
Oh, you're welcome, Tony. Now, would you tell me once again what all this is for? I didn't quite get it over the telephone.
Oh, well, this is a classroom project for Amherst.
A project? Oh, my. In what, pray tell?
Well, anthropology, actually.
What does that have to do with all this?
Well, you see, we're studying the eating habits of various vanishing cultures. Someone is doing the Kikuyus of northern Kenya, and then my roommate is doing the Cree Indians of Saskatchewan, and my professor suggests I do a slideshow on us. The Watts of northeastern United States.
I see.
You can learn a lot from a culture by how it eats.
Such as what?
Well, consider the finger bowls, for example. There you have an almost neurotic obsession with cleanliness, reflecting the guilt which comes along with the last stages of capitalism. Or notice the unnecessary accumulation of glass and china and the compulsion to display it. Or perhaps see a subtle hint of aggression in those pistol-handled knives.
I think I'll ask you to leave, Tony.
Aunt Harriet.
I was going to invite you to stay for a cocktail, but now I won't.
Please, Aunt Harriet.
Right now, before I call long distance to your mother. Vanishing culture, my eye. And I forbid you to mention my name in the classroom or show one glimpse of my personal property. And you might tell that professor of yours I've a good mind to drive up to Amherst with this pistol-handled butter knife on the seat beside me and cut off his anthropological balls.
Where are you going now, Dad?
I think your mother might want a drink.
She's reading to the children.
That's why she might want one.
Such thing.
Then I want one.
Now it's not even 5.
Well, then let's go see how the Red Sox are doing.
Dad, stop
Stop what?
avoiding me. Ever since we've arrived here, we haven't had a chance to talk.
Good Lord, what do you mean? It seems to me everyone's been talking continuously and simultaneously since the moment you stepped off the plane.
Alone, Dad. I mean alone. You know I mean alone.
All right. We'll talk. Right here in the dining room. Good place to talk. Why not? Matter of fact, I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day.
I love this room. I've always loved it. Always.
Your mother and I still use it. Now and then. Once a week. Mrs. Robinson still comes in and cooks us a nice dinner and we have it in here. Still. Lamb chops and broilers.
I've left him, Dad.
Oh, well now. A little vacation.
I've left him permanently.
Yes, well, permanently is a very long word.
I can't go back, Dad. We don't get along at all.
You may think that now.
Can we stay here, Dad?
Here,
For just a little while?
with 3 small children.
Till I get my life worked out.
What time is it? A little after 5? I think the sun is over the yard arm by now, don't you? Or if it's not, it should be. I think it's permissible for you and me to sit down and have a little drink making.
Can we stay,
Make
Dad?
us a drink making.
All right.
I'd like scotch, sweetheart. Make it reasonably strong. You'll find the little measuring gizmo in the drawer by the trays. I like 2 shots and a splash of water. And I like to use that big glass with the pheasant on it. And not too much ice.
All right.
I saw Mimi Mott the other day. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dad.
There she was, being a very good sport with her 3rd husband, her 3rd, who's as deaf as a post and extremely disagreeable. So I took her aside. Can you hear me?
I'm listening, Dad.
I took her aside and I said, now Mimi, tell me the truth. Don't you think that if you'd made half as much effort with your 1st husband as you have with the last 2, you'd still be married to him? I asked her that point blank. And do you know what Mimi said? She said, maybe. That's exactly what she said. Maybe. If she'd made the effort.
That's your generation, Dad.
That's every generation.
It's not mine.
Every generation has to make an effort.
I won't go back, Dad.
I wanted the glass with the bezel on it.
I think the kids used it.
Oh.
So can we stay, Dad?
I sleep in your room now. Your mother kicked me out because I snore. And we use the boys' room to watch TV.
I can sleep in the guest room.
And your children.
They can sleep on the 3rd floor in the maids' rooms.
We've closed them off because of the oil bills.
I don't care, Dad. We'll work it out, please.
Give it another try.
No.
Another try.
I can't go back, Dad. He's got somebody already. She's living with him. She's moved right in.
Then fly back and kick her out.
Oh, Dad.
I'm serious. You don't know this, but that's what your mother did. One time I became romantically involved with Miss Shoemaker. We took a little trip together to Sea Island. Your mother got wind of it, came right down and told Betty Shoemaker to get on the next train. That's all there was to it. Now, why don't you do that? Go back and tell this woman to peddle her papers elsewhere. We will sit with the children while you do.
I've got someone too, Dad.
You've had a little fling.
I've been going with someone.
A little fling.
I've been living with him, Dad.
Where was your husband?
He was with his girl.
And your children?
Oh, they came and went.
Sounds a little complicated.
It is, Dad. It really is. And that's why I needed to come home.
Now, let's review the bidding, may we? Do you plan to marry this new man?
No.
You're not in love with him.
No. He's already married anyway.
But he's decided he loves his wife.
No.
But you've decided you don't love him.
Yes.
Or your husband.
Yes.
And your children, my grandchildren, come and go among these various households.
Yes. Sort of. Yes.
It sounds extremely complicated.
It really is, Dad. It really is.
Well, the first thing to do is simplify things. That's the first thing. You go back and you ask this man you're living with to leave. Sue your husband for divorce. Hold on to your house. And keep your children in their present schools.
There's someone else, Dad.
Someone else.
Someone else entirely.
A third person.
Yes.
What was that movie your mother and I liked so much? Third man?
It's not a man, Dad.
Not a man.
It's a woman.
Woman.
I've been involved with a woman, Dad. And it's not working out. I don't know who I am anymore. I need to touch base. I want to come home.
I need a repair. I'll take the glass and I'll get us both repaired.
I'm all mixed up, Dad. I'm all over the ballpark. I've seen a crisis counselor. I've taken a part-time job. And I've even started jogging 2 miles a day. And none of it's working, Dad. I want to come home. I want to take my children to the park lake and the zoo and the art gallery. I want to do all the things that you used to do with all of us when we were little. I want to start again, Dad. I I just want to start all over again.
I made one for your mother. And I found the glass with the pheasant on it in the trash. Somebody broke it. So we'll go have a nice cocktail with your mother and see if we can get the children to sit quietly while we do.
You don't want us here, do you, Daddy?
Of course I do, sweetheart. A week, 10 days, you're most welcome.
I can't go back, Daddy.
Neither can I, sweetheart. Neither can I.
What's the trouble, Mother?
I don't know whether to eat or not. Your father and I were sitting in the living room having a perfectly pleasant cocktail when all of a sudden that stupid telephone rang and now he's holed up in the bedroom talking away.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. I think it's someone from the club.
Are we going to eat or not?
I simply don't know. I don't know whether to eat or not, Bertha. Mr. Thatcher's still talking on the telephone.
Couldn't we at least start the soup?
I don't know. I just don't know. But Bertha, let's wait another 5 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that telephone. Oh, I could wring its neck. It should be banned. It should be outlawed between 6 and 8 in the evening.
Oh, I've got to go.
Go. Go where?
Out.
You mean you can't even sit down and have a cup of Bertha's nice celery soup?
I can't even finish my cocktail. Something very bad has happened.
Bertha, would you mind putting it back in a saucepan here and putting it over a low flame? We'll let you know when we're ready.
Yes, ma'am.
For heaven's sakes, what's the matter?
Henry was insulted down at the club.
Insulted?
Uncle Henry?
Binky Byers made a remark to him in the steam bath.
Oh, no.
What did he say, Dad?
What did he say?
I believe I was speaking to your mother. Binky Byers made a remark, and apparently some of the newer members laughed. Poor Henry was so upset he had to put on his clothes and leave.
Oh, no.
I telephoned the club. I spoke to several of the members who had been in the steam bath. They confirmed the incident. I asked to speak with Mr. Byers. He refused to come to the phone, so I've got to go do something about it.
Oh, dear.
Aren't you going to tell us what he said to Uncle Henry, Dad?
I will not dignify the remark by repeating it.
Oh, come on, Dad. We're not a bunch of babies.
Yes,
He said, Claire, I want you to leave the room.
Why? I'm older.
Yes, Dandy, she should know. Everybody should know. These are different times. We're not quite ready, Bertha. Now, go ahead, Stanley. Be frank. This is a family.
Mr. Byers made an unfortunate remark having to do with your Uncle Henry's private life.
I think you'll have to be more specific.
Mr. Byers, who had obviously been drinking since early afternoon, approached your Uncle Henry in the steam bath and alluded in very specific terms to his personal relationships.
What personal relationships?
His associations in the outside world.
I don't get it.
Darling, Mr. Byers must have made some unnecessary remarks about your Uncle Henry's bachelor attachments.
Wow, you mean Uncle Henry's a fruit?
Word in this house.
He got it from school.
I don't care if he got it from God. I will not have it. The point is, my own brother was wounded at his club.
But what can you do, dear?
Go down.
To your mother?
To the club. I'll demand a public apology from Binky in front of the entire grill.
Standish. If he wouldn't even come to the telephone.
I'll have to fight him.
Oh, Standish!
I have to.
Oh, Daddy!
I cannot let the remark stand.
Can I come with you, Dad?
You may not. I want you home with your mother.
Gosh.
Standish, for heaven's sake!
No arguments, please.
Pinky Byers is half your age and twice your size.
Makes no difference.
Why, I think he was on the boxing team at Dartmouth.
No difference whatsoever.
What about your bad shoulder? What about your hernia?
I am sorry. I imagine I shall be seriously hurt, but I can't stand idly by.
Oh, Daddy, please don't go. The lamb will be overdone.
Oh, Standish, it's such a beautiful lamb.
Now listen to me, all of you, and you too, Bertha. There is nothing I'd rather do in this world than sit down at this table with all of you and have some of Bertha's fine celery soup, followed by a leg of lamb with mint sauce and roast potatoes. Am I right about the potatoes and mint sauce?
Yes, sir.
There is nothing I'd rather do than that, but I have to forego it. My own brother has been publicly insulted at his club. And when my brother has been insulted, why, well, that means this family has been insulted. And when this family has been insulted, well, that means this table, these chairs, this room, and all of us in it, including you, Bertha, are being treated with scorn. And so if I stayed, if I sat down at this table with all of you, I wouldn't be able to converse. I wouldn't be able to laugh. I wouldn't be able to correct your grammar, David. I wouldn't be able to enjoy your fine meal, Bertha. I wouldn't even be able to kiss my handsome wife goodbye.
Oh,
Goodbye, dear.
goodbye, darling.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Daddy.
Goodbye, David.
Goodbye, Dad. Good luck.
Goodbye, Bertha.
Bye, sir. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Indeed.
Well, of course, Bertha, we can't eat now. Pick something for yourself and let people raid the icebox later.
Yes, ma'am.
And the children can have lamb hash on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Daisy, you and I are going to drive down to the club and wait the outcome in the visitors' lounge.
Okay, Mother.
So get a book. Get a good book. Get Ivanhoe. It could be
Okay.
Claire, I want you to stay here, dear, and hold fort.
All right, Mother.
Get on the telephone with Dr. Russell. I don't care if he's in the operating room or in the dining room. Tell him to be at the club to give your father first aid.
All right, Mother.
And then study your French.
All right. Mother,
Now, what is it, for heaven's sake?
is it true what they said about Uncle Henry?
Well, it may be, dear, but you don't say it to him. And you don't say it at the club. And you don't say it within a 10-mile radius of your father. Now, goodbye.
We'll talk in here. No one will disturb us in here. Nobody comes near a dining room anymore. The thought of a number of intelligent, attractive people sitting down to a dinner well cooked and properly served doesn't occur to people anymore. Nowadays, people rather eat in kitchens or in living rooms, standing around balancing their plates like jugglers. Soon they'll be eating in bathrooms. Why not? It will simplify the process considerably.
Sit down somewhere, Pop.
I'll sit over there. We can look out. There's a Finch who comes to the theater every evening, brings his young. Now, I want to go over my funeral with you.
Pop.
I want to do it. There's only a few apples left in the barrel for me.
You've been saying that for years,
This
Pop.
time, it's true. So please, let me do this. There isn't anyone else I can talk to. Your mother starts to cry, your sister gets distracted, and your brother isn't here. So please, concentrate on my funeral.
Yes, Pop.
First, I have my obituary. I dictated to Mrs. Kovac down at the office. I think it's what I want. I've read over it twice. It's thorough without being self-congratulatory. It mentions my business careers, my civic commitments, and of course my family. I even touch on my recreational life. I give my lowest score in golf in the way to the selfish I caught off the keys. Now, the papers will want to cut both items, but don't you let them.
Okay, Pop.
Now, I want them to print this picture. I had it taken when I was elected to chair the symphony. I think it will do. I don't look too young to die, nor so old it won't make any difference. I want the funeral service announced at the end of the obituary and to occur 3 days later. This will give people time to adjust their appointments and postpone trips. And I want it to start exactly at 3:30 in the afternoon. This gives people time to digest their food and doesn't obligate us to feed them dinner.
All right.
Notice I've underlined the word church. Now, Mr. Fairweather may want to squeeze the service into a chapel, but don't you let him. I've lived in this town all my life and I know a great many people, and I want everyone to feel comfortable. So if you see people milling around in the back, go up to them and find them a chair, even if you have to use folding chairs. Are we quite clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, I've listed the following works to be played by Mrs. Manchester at the organ. This Bach, this Handel, and this Schubert. All lively, you notice. Nothing gloomy, nothing grim. I want the service to start with a nice, rousing hymn. Onward, Christian soldiers. And then Fairweather will make some brief, underlined brief remarks about my life and works. Do you plan to get up and speak, by the way?
Me?
You. Do you plan to say anything?
Well, I hadn't
And
thought...
don't, if you don't want to. There's nothing more uncomfortable than an unwilling or reluctant speaker. On the other hand, if you as my eldest son were to get on your feet and say a few words of farewell,
Of course
then...
I will, Pop.
Good. Then I'll have you written in. Brief remarks by my son Richard. Have any idea what you might say?
No.
You won't make it sentimental, will you? I mean, Brad Hoffmeister's son got up the other day and made some very sentimental remarks about Brad. I didn't like it, and I don't think Brad would have liked it.
I won't get sentimental, Pop, I promise.
Good. On the other hand, you won't make any wisecracks, will you?
Pop.
Well, you have a tendency, Dick. At Marcy's wedding and your brother's birthday, you made some very flip remarks about us all.
Sorry, Pop.
Smart, wise guy stuff. Too smart, in my opinion. Perhaps if you plan to get into that sort of thing, you may not say anything at all.
I won't make any cracks, Pop, I promise.
Good. Because you love us, don't you?
Yes, Pop.
I mean, you may live 1,000 miles away. You may have to run off every summer. You may be a terrible letter writer. But you love us all the same. You love me.
Yes, Pop. Really?
Good.
Yes.
Now, at the graveside, just the family. I want to be buried below my mother and father and next to my brothers. Leave room for your mother. Even if she marries again, still leave room. She'll come back at the end.
All right.
And invite people back here after the burial. And stay close to your mother. She gets nervous at any kind of gathering and makes bad decisions. For example, don't let her serve any of the good beef eaters gin if people simply want to mix it with tonic water.
All right.
And when they're gone, stay close to her. Stay in the house for a few days, please.
Yes, Pop, I promise.
And that's my funeral. I'm leaving you this room, you know. After your mother dies, the chair and the tables, they all go to you.
Thanks, Pop.
We'll rejoin your mother now. I'll leave this envelope in the safe next to my will and stock certificates. The key will be in my left bureau drawer. You didn't see the finch feeding its young.
Yes, I did, Pop.
You saw it while I was talking.
That's right.
Good. I'm glad you saw it.
Oh, Annie, everything looks absolutely spectacular.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now remember to keep the soup plates hot.
I always do, ma'am.
I think we can dispense with butter balls. Just give everyone a nice square of butter.
I'll do butter balls, ma'am.
Oh, would you? How nice. Oh, now remember to keep an eye on the ashtrays, Annie. Some people still smoke between courses, but they don't like to be reminded of it.
I know, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me see now. Now I want to pay you before people arrive. It's for you and for Velma in the kitchen. Now, it includes your taxi so you can just leave after you've cleaned up.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, there's a little extra in yours, Annie. Just a present to let you know how glad we are for your help through the years.
Thank you, ma'am.
I guess I'd better check the living room.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Annie,
Yes, ma'am.
I heard some strange news on the grapevine the other day. Mrs. Relman tells me you won't be available anymore.
No, ma'am. I'm retiring, ma'am.
Not even for us, Annie. We've used you more than anyone else.
I'm retiring, ma'am.
But I mean, surely for special occasions, can we still reach you at your nephew's?
He's moving away, ma'am.
But where will you go? What will you do?
I've got my sister in Milwaukee, ma'am.
But Annie, we'll be lost without you.
Oh, you'll manage.
Not like this. We'll never match this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I think I heard the bell.
I'll get it, ma'am.
And now remember, women's coats upstairs, men's in the hall closet.
Yes, ma'am.
Annie.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Annie, for everything.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Lately, I've been having this recurring dream. We're giving a perfect party. We have our dining room back and grandmother's silver before it was stolen. Charlie's mother's royal blue dinner plates before the movers dropped them. And even the finger bowls, if I knew where they were. We'd invite all our favorite people. Oh, not just our old friends, but everyone we've ever known and liked. We'd have the man who fixes our Toyota, the intelligent couple that bought the Peyton house, the receptionist at the doctor's office, and the new teller at the bank. Our children would be invited too, and everyone would come from wherever they are. We'd have hot hors d'oeuvres and 2 cocktails with 2 maids to serve and a first-rate cook in the kitchen. Everyone would get along famously. My husband laughs when I tell him this dream. Do you realize, he says, what a party like that would cost? Do you realize what we would have to pay these days for a party like that? Oh, I know. I know all about that. But sometimes I think it might almost be worth it. Oh, thank you. Couldn't have done it without any. Oh, I'm so glad you did. Yeah. I'm glad. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I didn't wear my glasses, so I'll have to find my plate.
Oh, okay. Let's go for everyone.
Thank you.
How would everyone like some wine?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you. Seating 6 is easy. 12 is really difficult. Boy, I could have imagined. Yes. I'm so glad everybody's helping you. Annie's here today, but they say she's retiring.
Oh, no.
I don't know what we're going to do without her.
I get to my
Her own entertainment like that.
Oh, no, that's true.
When was the last time you ate it?
Art Deco, the stars just finished.
That's something we just had to do.
We sold our house about a week ago.
Did you?
Thank you. How was your trip?
Oh, I haven't done anything.
Where did you go to? Where did you just come back from?
I came back from San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, they have wonderful restaurants.
Everyone eats in restaurants, not in dining rooms anymore. Isn't that the trouble?
Now, Margot, if you don't like this wine, I'll take you down in the wine cellar.
You need a chaperone.
Yeah, it's so too, Peggy. Oh, I'm so glad we got together tonight. Oh, just
Really, we never do this much anymore.
Is everyone comfortable?
It's fine.
yes.
To all of us.
To all of us.